What's going on, guys? My name is Wade with TechDaily, and we are back with another episode of Top Tech for the month of November. If you're not already familiar, this is a series where I feature a handful of new and interesting tech products and also give one away to one of you guys. To have a chance to win something, all you have to do is, of course, be subscribed to the channel, and actually, this time around, we'll be doing the giveaway a little differently, so I'll get to that in just a minute. But here is the winner from last month's episode, so if you see your name on screen, be sure to check your YouTube messages. To start things off, we've got the Ibis Dual Air Wireless Charger. This is a 2-in-1 wireless charger that can actually juice up a third device too. It retails for $39.99, which I think is a pretty good price. And after getting to use it the last couple of days, I can honestly say that it has earned a permanent spot on my desk setup. And oh, by the way, as far as that giveaway I just mentioned, the folks over at Ibis were really kind and sent 2 extra chargers to give away to you guys. So in addition to being a subscriber to the channel, just leave a comment down below saying anything you'd like, and I'll choose 2 winners from the comment section for these 2 chargers in next month's episode. The Dual Air Wireless Charger has a really beautiful design with an all-white glossy finish and chrome accents that sort of serve as the target areas for placing your phones down. It's incredibly thin, and on my all-white desk, it does blend in really well with everything. There's some rubber feet on the bottom to ensure that it doesn't slide around on your desk or scratch things up, and there's a really interesting setup on the back here. The charger ships with a USB-C cable and fast charging wall adapter, but you can actually use the Lightning port or the micro USB port here to plug it in too. Obviously, the USB-C is going to be the best option, but it's really unique to see a product with 3 different charging options. And that full-size USB port off to the left, you can use that to plug in and charge up a third device if you want to. So you can have 2 phones wirelessly charging, a third device plugged in directly, and the thing can juice them all up simultaneously, which is really awesome. There's a small LED indicator on the charger itself to let you know when it's plugged in and powered on, and of course this is essentially just your standard Qi charging pad, so any of the latest iOS or Android devices will work just fine. I have my iPhone XR and my iPhone XS Max on them right now, and there were no issues in having the charging pad recognize them or having them start charging. I've had the opportunity now to check out a couple 2-in-1 wireless chargers, but this one stands alone as not only the nicest looking, but also the most useful with the most packed in. And like I said earlier, for under $40, you're basically getting 2 Qi chargers and a USB hub, which is a great deal. I know not everyone always has 2 phones that need charging, but if you do, this is one of the best options I've seen for that situation. Next up, we're checking out the new Soul Emotion Truly Wireless Earbuds. And first things first here, these are on sale right now for just $40. And yes, I know what you're thinking, how could they possibly be any good if they're so cheap? But hear me out, these are comparable to AirPods in a lot of ways, which I realize is saying a lot, but I think most people would be pretty impressed with what you're getting here. First off, the unboxing experience alone is worth the $40 you pay for these. You're immediately greeted by this impressive metallic card, and underneath that, the earbuds are presented to you in this really sort of fancy and professional manner. So this isn't just your average off-brand pair of Amazon earbuds, and you can tell that right away when you're unboxing them. Like all truly wireless earbuds, the Soul Emotions also come housed in their own little charging case, and I'll dive a little deeper with the earbuds here in just a second, but as far as what else comes inside the box, there's just the usual stuff like a few extra replacement rubber ear tips and a short and compact charging cable. Right off the bat, side by side with Apple's AirPods, you're getting a very comparable charging case and presentation here. I was really surprised just how nice the case felt and also how small and compact everything is with these. The earbuds pop into the case using a magnetic connector, so they're secure when they're charging, but easy to take in and out when you need them. And around back, there's the micro USB port for charging, which sure is a little dated now, but I can live with it. The earbuds themselves are pretty small with a very simple and ergonomic shape. There's no weird design, and there's a little bit of functionality here too with an LED indicator to let you know when they're on and pairing, and also a clickable button right on the buds for playing and pausing music. Compared to AirPods, you are getting a pretty different earbud shape and design, but this might actually be a little better for some people. The more standard rubber ear tips could be a bit more comfortable and might fit better, and you can also swap them out too for the right fit, and that's something the Soul Emotions can offer that AirPods definitely cannot. The pairing process here, while not quite as seamless and instant as AirPods, is actually really smooth. There's no sort of awkward button combination to go through or pairing steps to go from the phone to one earbud to the other. You just power them on and they connect, and for me the whole process was very simple. As far as their fit and function, these earbuds sit sort of in and down in your ear canal with a bit of a twisting motion to get them snug, but when they are in, they're very comfortable and quite a bit more secure than I thought they'd be. The button controls work well enough, but I'll always prefer AirPod touch controls since that's a bit more gentle than trying to click a button on your ear. But besides that, these guys are comfortable and secure, and honestly, they look a lot less embarrassing than AirPods too, which is a big plus. Most importantly though, the sound coming out of these is really pretty good. They lack a little bit in bass, but overall you're getting a pretty decent listening experience from a really inexpensive pair of wireless earbuds. Sure, AirPods are great, but they're still $160 something, which is a lot to stomach for earbuds that you'll probably lose in a month anyway. For $40, the Soli Motions are really a great alternative, and hey, you can buy and lose 4 full pairs of these for the price of 1 set of AirPods, so that's definitely something to consider. If truly wireless earbuds aren't really your thing, I'd recommend checking out the MPOW H7 wireless over-ear headphones instead. First off, the headphones retail on Amazon for just $26. That's ridiculously inexpensive for a pair of wireless headphones like these, and with almost 300 reviews, they also have a 4.5-star rating. I was really blown away when I saw just how many people bought these things, and also how highly rated they were, so I had to check them out, and I have to say I was not disappointed at all. As far as their build quality, you've got a lot of cushion around the ear cups to keep things comfortable, and a decent amount of travel and adjustability. They don't fold up, unfortunately, but they're tough and flexible while not only retaining their shape, but also not cracking or creaking under pressure. On one side, you've got the button controls, including volume up and down, the power and call button, and 3.5mm audio jack to take things wired if you want to. I think the build quality alone led me to believe that these are like $50 to $75 headphones already, but one additional feature that really piqued my interest was the 15-hour battery life on a single charge. That I felt was really impressive on a pair of headphones like these, and once again makes them well worth the price. As far as the setup and connection process, there were no issues whatsoever in getting the headphones up and running, and when I did finally throw them over my ears, I immediately noticed just how comfortable they were. Between the cushion on the ear cups and the headband, there's plenty to keep the pressure off your head, and with the movement and flex, everything stayed snug but never felt too tight for me. They are over-ear headphones, so the idea is that you should get a little better noise cancellation, which is certainly true. They do a fair job blocking out the outside world, though there's no active noise cancellation here, and once again, the most important aspect of any headphones is the sound quality, and I was pretty happy with what I heard on these. It's a pretty balanced sound profile, not a whole lot of bass, but overall a solid listening experience nonetheless from a surprisingly good pair of really inexpensive headphones, and I can certainly see why these were so popular and rated so highly on Amazon. Finally, we've got a pair of smart plugs from the folks over at iClever, and believe it or not, these are actually the first smart plugs I've ever reviewed on my channel. Essentially, these are Wi-Fi enabled outlet plugs that turn almost anything into a smartphone or voice controlled device. They're fairly compact little plugs that obviously go directly into your existing wall outlets. There's just one button on the side for powering them on and connecting them to your Wi-Fi, and for about $26 for a 2-pack, they're inexpensive enough to place in a whole bunch of spots around your house to really give you control over just about everything. The iClever plugs are controlled using the Smart Life app, which is of course available for both iOS and Android. Setting up the outlets is really pretty easy. You just plug them in, turn them on, and the app will recognize them and connect them to your Wi-Fi network. And after that, it takes just a couple seconds to finish up, and then you have full control over whatever device is plugged in. In my case, it's one of the office lights that I have, and that can now be controlled right from the app. You also have the ability to set timers and schedules, which is great. So if you want to turn off a light after a few minutes, or even schedule certain things in your home to turn on or off at certain times every day, you can do that as well, which is really useful and certainly gives you a lot more control over everything in your house. The main page on the app will list all the smart plugs you have connected to your Wi-Fi network, and you can also obviously name each plug and assign them to specific rooms on the app to keep things organized. What's most useful here though is that each of the plugs can be controlled using your voice too. You can, for example, just use the app and say turn on the office light, but you can also set up the plugs to work with Amazon Alexa or Google Assistant if you're heavily involved in either of those ecosystems. The plugs, of course, don't necessarily have to be connected to lights. You can use them to power off appliances like a toaster or coffee maker and incorporate the timer too, so nothing gets burnt or left on. And really, it's just a simple on and off switch for anything in your home that's plugged into an outlet. I personally think they're most useful in setting timers for lights that maybe turn on at sundown every day or turn off at a certain time each night. And especially for the holidays, if you have any light decorations inside or even outside your home that need to be shut off, this is a great way to never even have to think about it. And really, if you don't necessarily want to go the smart bulb route or have to worry about turning lights or appliances or other products on or off, these smart plugs are a super easy and relatively affordable way to make your house a lot smarter. So hopefully you guys did enjoy this episode of Top Tech. Like I mentioned already, if you do want to have a chance to win one of those wireless Qi chargers, leave a comment, any comment, down below to have a chance to win. Also, be sure to follow TechDaily on Twitter and subscribe to to the Tech Daily YouTube channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys later.